Now, let's talk about something big today. The number $322. You might be thinking, why is $322 such a big deal in the financial world? Well, stick with me because this number could be part of a financial shift that could lead to substantial gains for many people. Sounds intriguing, right? I know it might sound like just another number, but $322 has the potential to be a crucial starting point for something much larger than just a price tag. Today, I'm going to explain why this number is sparking a lot of conversation and why it's connected to currency value changes that could have wide-reaching effects. If you've been paying attention to discussions about currency and its value, you might have come across terms like RV and RAR. These terms often pop up in conversations about changes in currency value. But what do they really mean? And why is everyone so fixated on them? Well, let's break it down so it's easier to understand. To put it simply, RV stands for revaluation, RE stands for reinstatement. Both terms refer to changes in the value of a currency, but they mean slightly different things. When we talk about revaluation, we're referring to a deliberate increase in the value of a currency. On the other hand, reinstatement suggests a return to a previous value that the currency once held. Now, people are talking about these terms because they are directly related to how currencies are valued in the global market. Currency value is something that impacts everyone, from businesses to everyday people like you and me. So why is there so much buzz around these concepts? Because potentially this could affect our wallets, our savings, and even the economy on a larger scale. You might be wondering, why is $322 the focal point in all of this? Here's the thing. There's speculation that $322 could be the starting point for a currency float. But what does a currency float mean, and why is it so important? A currency float is when a currency's value is not fixed to a specific number, but instead fluctuates based on supply and demand in the market. Essentially, the value rises or falls based on how people interact with that currency. This is different from a currency that is pegged to a specific value, which doesn't fluctuate. When a currency floats, its value could increase over time as market forces drive its demand. For example, if more people start buying or investing in the currency, its value could go up over time. But let's take it a step further. What if governments and financial institutions worked in tandem to support the float? This could be done through policies designed to boost economic activity. If such policies are in place, the currency could see sustained gains, and that's when the real potential kicks in. One major factor at play here is inflation. We've all seen how the cost of living increases over time, whether it's at the grocery store or in our monthly bills. Inflation makes the value of money go down, and this affects the value of currencies globally. As inflation continues to rise, the purchasing power of money decreases. This means that the same amount of money doesn't stretch as far as it once did. This is where the idea of reinstatement, RE, of a currency value becomes tricky. It can shock the market, causing instability. Instead, a float allows for a smoother adjustment. It's like letting a balloon rise gently instead of popping it suddenly. A float would allow the currency's value to adjust more naturally, and over time, we might see more realistic exchange rates. So instead of dealing with a sharp spike or drop in value, the float could create gradual, manageable changes. Imagine that your dollars could stretch a bit further. What would that mean for you and me? For the everyday person, it could mean more money to spend, savings that hold their value, and overall economic stability. The beauty of a currency float is that it's governed by market forces. As demand for the currency rises, its value increases. For example, if more people start buying or investing in the currency, its value could go up over time. Let's make it personal for a second. Imagine two friends talking about their savings plans. Friend one keeps all their money in cash, stashing it away under their mattress or in a savings account where it just sits there. Friend two decides to invest in a currency tied to a float, which increases in value over time. Over the years, friend two could see a better return on investment than friend one. The value of their currency keeps growing, which could lead to greater wealth in the long run. That's the power of a floating currency. It's not just individuals who stand to gain from this, it's also businesses. Imagine companies that use a currency that is increasing in value. These businesses could find it cheaper to import goods, and they could pass those savings on to consumers in the form of lower prices. This would help boost the economy overall. Of course, nothing comes without risk. Floating currencies have their ups and downs. The value may increase, but it could also decrease. It's important to understand that market dynamics can be unpredictable, and while a float offers flexibility, it doesn't guarantee consistent upward movement. That being said, countries that have successfully navigated floating currencies often see healthier economies in the long run because they can adjust to global market changes more easily. However, inflation remains a challenge. As prices continue to rise, it affects everyone's wallets, and inflation could complicate things. Staying informed about currency shifts is crucial. It's important to understand what's happening with your money and how it could impact your savings, investments, and purchasing power. Now that we've gone over it, what are your thoughts on the potential for a float starting at $322? Could it rise to $4.72? I'd love to hear your thoughts and predictions. Drop them in the comments below. Before we wrap up, let's talk about a new development happening in Iraq's banking system. The Central Bank of Iraq is modernizing its approach, especially with regards to old 30 dinar notes that might still be sitting around in people's homes. They're encouraging people to deposit these notes into ATMs, and there's a lot of benefits to this. Gone are the days of standing in long lines at the bank. With the right ATM, you can deposit money on your own schedule without the hassle of waiting during busy hours. Let me walk you through how easy it is. Find an ATM that accepts deposits. Use your smartphone or check the Central Bank of Iraq's website to find an ATM that accepts deposits. Prepare your cash. Ensure your bills are clean and flat, as crumpled bills can cause issues with the machine. Insert your card and enter your PIN for security, and follow the on-screen instructions to deposit your money. Confirm the deposit. Double-check the amount the ATM recognizes to make sure everything is accurate. Get your receipt. Always keep the receipt as proof of your transaction. It's your confirmation in case anything goes wrong. Benefits of using ATM deposits. It reduces the amount of physical cash you keep at home, which can prevent theft. It helps the Central Bank of Iraq manage currency circulation more efficiently. It supports a modern banking system and encourages more people to use banks instead of keeping cash hidden away. Have you already tried depositing money through an ATM? I'd love to hear about your experience. Was it as easy as it sounds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if this video was helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with anyone who might benefit from this info. Understanding currency fluctuations, financial systems, and modern banking methods is key to staying ahead in today's economy. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay ready for the changes that are coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.